Guys, it's Letty. I have my movie review. Do not worry. I have a new movie for you. And we're gonna review, as you've read in the title, Back to the Future Part 1. I'll put the poster here. Back to the Future is my favorite. Without a doubt, my favorite movie of all time. I just think it's absolutely perfect. It has kind of everything that I like. My favorite genres of movies: science fiction, you have comedy, you have lightheartedness, you have good chemistry with the characters. Just a really feel-good movie that you can enjoy. If you haven't seen it already, I'll give you a little background. It came out in 1985. It stars Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, Thomas Wilson, Crispin Glover, and those are the main characters of the movie. The supporting characters are good as well. So basically, the story is Marty is played by Michael J. Fox. He's a teenager that could be a little bit more responsible. He's late for school. He's kind of doing his own. He's in his own little place, and I can understand that. As a child, I was always dreaming of something else for my life. That was kind of not directly what I was, maybe had right in front of me. Maybe I just had bigger aspirations and goals or what have you. So I can kind of understand his motives. He wants to be a rock star, and he keeps getting rejected, and his father's fear of rejection has trickled off onto him. So he's kind of, that's where his head is right now. He has a girlfriend, but he has a good friend, Christopher Lloyd's character, who plays Doc Brown. He's this scientist that everybody thinks is crazy and eccentric. How many scientists have you heard that people think they're eccentric and they're brilliant? So he creates a time machine out of a DeLorean car, which was a real car back then. It was very expensive, and looks like, I thought that was the perfect vehicle for a time machine, because that vehicle looks so futuristic even back then. So, and you had the doors that opened, not the non-traditional way, you flip up, and I thought that was the perfect, because they were debating whether they were gonna what the time machine was gonna look like, so they came up with that. I like anything having to do with time travel. Honestly, I love movies that have to do with time. So this movie, that's why I say this movie is perfect for me, because it hits all those notes. I like the time machine. I like Terminator. I like, oh my goodness, there's so many, but this is perfect. I think that this is just the absolute most perfect movie in the world. So basically, Doc Brown invents a time machine. Marty accidentally gets himself sent back to 1955 at a time when his parents were kids, and all of the stories that he got from his parents about what their childhood was like turned out to be false. Okay, when he goes back, because our parents tell us what they want us to know, but he finds out that his mom may not have been the most innocent girl, and things like that. So this movie, even though it was perfect to me, it had this, the only negative that not many negatives were people talk about with this movie, but one thing that I constantly kept hearing is that there's this this undertone of incest. And you know what? I disagree with that, because she didn't know that was her son. Marty knew that was his mother. He wasn't with his mother. He didn't have those feelings. He was avoiding it. But those things happen. She didn't know and then at the end, when she gives him the kiss, it didn't feel right. They didn't proceed any further. So it's almost like, people just trying to find something to complain about. But this movie didn't give me that vibe at all. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was just perfect to me. Now, some of the highlights is I like the relationship between Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox, Marty and Doc Brown's characters, because you have this older person and you have this teenager, and they're in a friendship, but it wasn't that typical where you have the older gentleman that's the mentor to the younger person. This is sort of like this is more of a buddy type of relationship. He wasn't really trying to be Marty's mentor. I mean, they have common interests. They're in, Marty is fascinated, I believe, with Doc Brown's brilliance, and they get along. And I wish they had. The only negative that I can possibly say is just I wish I knew how they met and how they, that was never really addressed. But other than that, this is the perfect movie. When he goes back to 1955, I enjoyed all the nostalgia attached to that. The music, the town was different. The school, he talked about how clean the school was, and his principal seemed like he was always bald and he was always strict, and and he used to get on his dad about the slacker. That's what he called him, slacker. So that was good to see. I love the nostalgia of that, and I love Doc Brown. I enjoyed his eccentric. I kind of can relate somewhat to being misunderstood. He's definitely a misunderstood person. We know that he's brilliant, but other people are like, oh, that's just crazy Doc Brown. Those are the most brilliant people. Those are the most talented people, for the record. The people that kind of are not run-of-the-mill type of people. Those are the people you better watch for, because they're brilliant and they're very talented. Another big highlight. Oh my God, I almost forgot to mention this. Was the music. The music is awesome. It's great. Huey Lewis and the News. I still listen to The Power of Love to this day, 2021. This movie is about over 30 years old. I think it's 30. I want to say 36. If my math is right, I think this movie is 36 years old, but the music is so good. You got Power of Love, you got Back in Time, you have the I think Alan Silvestri did the score, and Howard, Huey Lewis and News, of course, did put a couple of songs in there. Brilliant soundtrack. Wonderful soundtrack. I love Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox was working on the set of he was doing Family Ties at the same time he was filming this movie. He was a busy man, and he turned out a great movie. And and of course we all know that he wasn't the original person for this this movie. It was actually going to be Eric Stoltz, and he wasn't right for this role, and I agree with them changing it out, because Michael J. Fox was the right person for this role. However, Eric Stoltz, let me give you a movie that he is brilliant in. It's called The Mask. I think it's The Mask or Mask. I might be wrong, guys. It's Mask, because that's The Mask. I don't want to get that mixed up with Jim Carrey. This movie, Mask, that he was in with Cher as his mom. He plays a disfigured individual. He is brilliant in that movie. Check it out. I don't want to give this man, I don't want to not give him credit. He's a great actor, but every role is not meant for every actor. So I think that was a good call. So Michael J. Fox definitely blew it out the water. I love Thomas Wilson as Biff, the bully. Biff is he's that bully, just like you have Johnny in Karate Kid, and you got Biff, the perfect bully, the one you love to hate. He's brilliant. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you check this movie out. If you haven't already, it's brilliant. #1 movie of all time. Not debatable with me. I've debated this with people, and they don't understand. Like, Back to the Future. Yes, this is the perfect movie for me. I love it. It was at a time, I was a very happy little child in this year. My grandmother was still living. It was just wonderful. So it brings back some good nostalgic memories for me. But it's just a brilliant movie. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll come back for more. Take care. Bye-bye.